So a few years ago, I decided to offer a service of CV writing. And the reason why I decided to do that is because I honestly felt bad with the level of CVs that I was seeing out there. Whenever we would sit as a panel looking at CV for appointing for a certain position, and I'd look at the CVs, that's when I realized that a lot of people just do not know how to go about crafting their CV. They just do not know how to put their CV in the best way that it highlights their strengths and their abilities. But more than anything, it positions them well for the job that they're applying for. I decided to offer the service of CV writing. So I've been doing this for some years now, I think about 3 years now, and I paused it last year for a little bit. Beginning of the year, I got back into it. I think so far, even just for this year, I have edited so many CVs just between January and February. I think almost every week I have about more than 5 CVs that I work on. Even with the CVs that I still receive, it has shown me that there's honestly lack of understanding in terms of how do you best position yourself so that you get in the room. Guys, the most important thing, and it's thundering, the most important thing for a CV is to get you in the room. Once you have mastered that idea of how to get that, then I can tell you that you are highly likely to be interviewed for many of the jobs that you apply for. But so long as you do not understand that the role of a CV is to get you in the room, you constantly write CVs that do not position you well. So with this video, I want to help you best position yourself so that you are able to get those interviews, so that you get in the room. And I'm speaking from experience. I'm not just speaking just because Jennifer just likes to speak. I do like to speak, I'm speaking as someone that has sat through various recruitment panels. Some of those been a chairperson, some of those just been a member, but through that I have observed things that are very crucial whenever you are writing your CV, things that matter. So we are going to be breaking those things down, you guys. Before we get into that, let me first introduce myself to anyone who's new here. My name is Jennifer Zanele Ngumalo. I'm a public servant, a content creator, as well as a businesswoman. I create content on finances as well as lifestyle and also career there and there. So if you like any of my content, you find it very impactful, please make sure that you join us by clicking that red subscribe button on the bottom. Yes, and also don't forget to smash that like button. Recently, I got a thingy. Someone commented on one of my videos that I posted a while ago that was on how to write a CV, how to prepare for interviews, because I've created those videos previously. And she said, I'm sorry if you can hear the thunder, and she said, hi Jen, just wanted to thank you for how to get a job in government 3-part series. I created a 3-part series on my YouTube channel a while ago. Your tip helped me ace my interview and I've been appointed as a lecturer. May God bless you endlessly for sharing your wisdom. So for me, the reason why I create this content, the reason why I offer this service, you guys, is because, as I said, I have seen how people just write their CVs in a way that I just feel like it's like a person is throwing that CV away. And it pains me when I see those CVs and I can see how much people really want these jobs, but the way that they're portraying themselves is just not good. This is my honest advice for anyone that wants to secure a job. This is not just for anyone, but someone who is intentional, someone who has decided that, yay, I want to grow or I want to secure the job. Maybe you finished your internship, but ever since you haven't gotten a job, then this video is for you. So what is the first thing that I need you to understand is that you need to stop writing a CV because this is how you want to write it, but write it in a way that it positions you for the job that you're applying for. Stop trying to think a CV is just about you. A CV is not just about you, but a CV is about you in terms of how you are the best fit for the job. If you do not understand this, you constantly throw away your CV. So stop writing a CV based on how you want it to look like, but rather on how it must look like so that it best positions you for the job. It aligns you well to the job. Ne? So that's the first thing that you need to do. Secondly, you need to learn to keep your CV short and concise and clean. This thing of you wanting to have long CV is not going to work for you. I hope that if this audio is horrible, I'm going to have to redo this video. But for now, let's just keep going. So you need to keep your CVs short, clean and concise in a way that it portrays what are your skills, what are your work experience, and what is your education. Those are the most crucial point when it comes to the CV. And the way that you can keep your CV short, clean, and concise is that you need to okay, I'm going to say this. You need to understand that not every work experience that you have is important. Yes, you have it under your belt, but it's not important. And what do I mean? There are certain positions that are very clear in terms of what is it that is needed from you. And then there's experience that you have that is like 10 years old, 12 years old that you still have in your CV, and you find that it's not even relevant to the jobs that you're applying for. Those need to go. For that post that you're applying for, I'm not saying that it's not important at all, but for the position that you're applying for, you might find that it is not important. So they might need to go. So you need to make sure that you keep your CV short and concise and clean, straight to the point. And the only way you'll do that is by making sure that only the relevant work experience is being portrayed in your CV. Anything that is not relevant, anything that does not show your key strengths and your abilities as it pertains to what they need for the job, let it go. Let it go. This one is very important. If you, and I'm gonna try to say this in a very nice manner, do not bother applying for any job if you have not taken the time to fully understand what does that job need and what does it entail. If you have not read the advert from top to bottom and you do not fully understand what it needs, do not bother applying. Why am I saying that? I'm saying that because if you continue to apply in that case, it is similar to just throwing away your CV. You are just throwing away your CV. You are applying for the sake of applying, but you are not really applying for an intention of getting interviewed. You are not applying for an intention of getting the job. So you need to understand the post that you're applying for. Read it from top to bottom. Read those requirements. Read what is going to be expected you from that job. Because why? Once you understand that, you will be able to take that experience and put it into your CV and align your CV to the job, so that when the recruiters are sitting and saying, we are looking for an administrative assistant, and these are the things that are going to be expected out of this person, these are the minimum requirements, as they go through your CV, they will be able to tick those things, that this person has the qualification, this person has the experience, this person has done these certain duties that make them ideal for this position, that shows that this person meets what you are looking for. You also want to look at the skills of that position. What is it that they're looking for? And make sure that it is properly highlighted in your CV or properly spoken about in your CV. This makes the job of the recruiters easy, because if a position of an administrative assistant says we want someone that is good in communication skills as well as computer skills, you want your CV to show the level of computer skills that you have. You want it to show that it's not just computer skills, but what in computer skills. You want to also show that in communication, what in communication skills. You understand that there is the written as well as verbal communication. Those are things that you need to be portraying in your CV. So what I'm saying is, do not apply for any jobs until you have fully understood what is required from the job. Because if you do not do that and you continue applying, it is same as throwing away your CV. And you constantly wonder, why are they not calling you? It's because you do not meet what they are looking for. The worst part is that if you do not meet the minimum requirements, your CV does not even make it to the panel that is going to sit and interview you. It will be there, it will be amongst the people that just do not meet the requirements, and it will be under the list of the no's. So you want to make sure that you're applying for the jobs that you see that you meet the minimum requirement, and then over and above meeting the minimum requirements, you are also making sure that your CV shows how is it that you are the best candidate for the job. And then the last thing that I want to speak about before I close this video is that I am going to be hosting, I think it's going to be about 4 weeks or 6 weeks workshop. I'm still going to decide on the logistics. This workshops, guys, is for someone that is intentional, someone that says, you know what, I want to get that next job. I want to put out a CV that I'm proud of. I want to make sure that when they call me, that I will be able to sell myself. So in this workshop, we'll be looking at first fixing your mindset. Already there are people that are giving up. They feel like there are no jobs out there for them, and thus they are giving up. This is the first part will be dealing with your mindset. Others, they're also just demotivated. We'll work on your mindset. Secondly, we will work on how to write a proper CV. And then thirdly, we will work on how to prepare yourself for an interview. And we'll literally start preparing for interviews that we have not been called for. You will start preparing possible questions for positions that you have not even been called for, because they need to find you ready. For you to get that next job, it needs to find you ready. It can't find you sleeping. It can't find you resting. You need to be ready. You need to be in a position whereby if that call comes through to say, come through for an interview, that you are ready. You have gotten that anxiety out of yourself. There are people that will literally sit in front of a panel. They get so nervous to a point whereby they can't articulate themselves. So with this workshop, we are going to be working on how do you gain confidence to properly articulate yourself. Scared as you may be, worried as you may be, anxious as you may be, you still need to get your points across. When I sit in front of a panel, it's not that I'm okay. It's not that everything is just pashash. I am literally shaking as I'm speaking, but I've learned the art of still, even though I may be scared, even though I may be worried, to still be able to articulate myself. And the more that I'm articulating myself and saying the right things, I feel it, and it gives me confidence to keep going in that interview. So in this workshop, we are going to be looking at these things that are very, very important. And also, if you're looking for jobs in the public sector, we'll also look at these are the platforms that you should be checking for jobs in. So please do look out for that. And I'm going to leave a sign up link on the description down below, also in the comment section, for a waiting list. That way you'll be notified as soon as that workshop is available for you to secure your space. With that being said, I'm going to close off this video because it is thundering outside and it's too much noise. I'll see you on the next one. Please take care and stay safe. Bye.